dated who? I dated who? You dated who? You dated who? Oh no, not him. Oh no, not him. I dated who? I dated who? You dated who? You dated who? Say it again.
Welcome everyone to I Dated Who. My name is Elmira and I am here for you. This show is all about examining dating stories, controversies, who did we date? Some of them are going to be quirky, funny, outlandish. I'm going to have guests on this show. Today, I will tell you about one of the people I dated back in college. And I will say, as we continue with this particular show, different episodes and segments, it's all about learning from the lesson because it's like, I dated who? You're gonna hit the so get this picture. I don't know why this sounds like Golden Girls because who was it? I think it was Sophia who would always say, picture back in da 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 da, this would happen. All right, picture me in college. 21, 22 years old at Virginia Tech, Blacksburg, Virginia. I meet this guy online. He lives in Maryland, outside of Maryland. He was going to, where was he going? It'll come to me. He was going to Morgan State. That's where he was going. He was going to Morgan State. We connected online. This was 2000 to 2001. So think about what was going on then. It was not social media, it wasn't apps, it wasn't any of this stuff. We had Black Planet, things like that. I didn't even own a computer of my own. I had to go to the library to use the computer. So that's how I connected with him. He had come down to my college, to my school, sometime in 2001. I was living off campus at this apartment with three other girls. That's another total story within itself. But so I met him and I liked him a lot because at the time my thinking about men was I wanted to date a man just like my father. My dad is a musician. My dad is deceased now for those of you who may not know. Dad was a musician. I didn't grow up with him, so I had this yearning, burning desire to date somebody creative, somebody similar to him. And this is what the guy was, Antoine. We're connecting. I remember some of the conversations with him. He would always say that and now looking back, I can see why he was mentioning this. He would say, "Oh, you're too uptight, you're too this," because I was a virgin. I actually lost my virginity to this man. He would always make claims in our email communication that, oh, you should do this, you should be more free, you should be more vocal, you should be. But at the time, I didn't really know myself. It was my first time going away outside of my mom's home, outside of the church. And you know me, I'm bold, I'm adventurous, I'm dangerous. So even the steps I took in engaging in the conversation and the dating relationship with them was a lot at the time because some of my other sisters would not do the same. Okay, fast forward because he had come down to see me. We went on a couple of dates. I remember we even went to see what is it, Love and Basketball at the theater near me in Blacksburg. Now it was my time to go see him. I had made arrangements to take a Greyhound bus up to Baltimore, y'all. Think about that. By myself. I told no one I was going. I didn't tell a soul because I was away at college by myself. I didn't tell any of my college friends. I may have told one of them, oh, this is where I'm going. I'm going to get on the bus. But needless to say, I just had a mission. I wanted to go and see that man. I call him the Baltimore man. Here I am on the bus. The bus is real sketchy because anytime you go up north, there's a lot going on the bus. I recall gambling. I lost my money because I'm a little country girl, and here I am on the bus with people from New York, Philly, Baltimore, Jersey, all over the place. They're like, hey, miss, do you want to play this game? You got a chance to win $20. So here I am. I'm losing my $20. I'm losing my $40. I learned after the first time, I was like, okay, no more Greyhound bus games with y'all. I finally make it to the bus station, and the guy I was dating, was supposed to pick me up. He's late. I'm looking at my clock. I'm like, because there was no phone. There was only a pay phone during this time. I'm like, where is he? He's supposed to be here. I'm peeking out the window, checking, calling, or calling and paging him. Because this was, the pagers were hot then too. This is 2001. Saying, okay, where are you? Eventually, he shows up. And why the man show up? He got the baby in the back seat. His infant. See, red flags all over the place, right, y'all? But see, I'm 22. I don't know no different. 22, 23. Yeah, I was 23 that year because I turned 23 that year. I'm like, oh, is this what this is? The man got the baby. And then when gets in, when I get in the vehicle, he's picking me up. Oh, you should be glad that I'm getting you and da 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 da. He's giving me this sob story. I it I didn't know it at the time, but of course later I figured it out. Liar. Oh, I lost this. I lost my card. I lost my da 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 da. Somebody stole my wallet. It was just a whole, just long drawn out story. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not even, I just want to get to the hotel and chill. I've been on these bus with the stinky people, gambling, everything. I I need some reprieve. We get to the hotel, and at the time, y'all know what I could afford. It was a day's in. He didn't put me up. Yeah, see now, Elmira of the future, Elmira of now would not have done that. But we learned from our lessons, right? I dated who? We're chilling. I think we got McDonald's or something. It was some fast food, and we're just communicating. And he said he would be back later that night, which he either came back that night or the next day, of course, without his son, without his infant son. I was so enamored with him. I just was like, oh, I'm going to make it a special day in the room. I was ready to lose my virginity. I got the candles. I went to the store. I went to the mall because the mall wasn't far away from that motel. Went there shopping. I was like, I'm going to set up the room all nice and beautiful. It's going to be romantic. Later that night, this was the second night, I did lose my virginity to him. It was painful because, of course, you can imagine the first time, but I went through with it. And he seemed calming, gentle, supportive in the moment. I was like, okay, this is a good experience. This might be something I can look forward to. That was not the end of it. He left immediately after that because he said he had something to do. I don't recall right now what he had on his schedule. But get this, I never saw that man again. I was stranded in that hotel by myself in Baltimore by myself. I had to figure out, I was I was distraught, needless to say. I had to figure out, oh, before I go there, remember he said he had lost his wallet? I had written him a $50 check that night. Thank God it was a check and not a cash app at the time because then I couldn't revoke. I put a stop payment on that check. I said, this man ain't getting this $50 because think about it. I was a broke college student. I was not working at all. I was just getting funding from my mom. One of my uncles was giving me money every month, but it won't enough for me to be giving me some man $50. I sure did stop payment on that check. I had to figure out how to get back to the bus station because he was supposed to take me. That was the plan. I got a cab. There was no Uber, there was no Lyft, there was none of this. I ordered a cab and oh, before the cab, because the night of that I knew he left me and was not going to return, emotional eating set in. I went to the vending machine in the motel and got me some Twinkies and some chips. I was like, I need food. I need something to eat. I need something to calm my emotions. Everything. My emotions were all over the place. I was feeling some of it all. I get in the cab the next day, go to the Greyhound station, and that's when I tell I either told them that night or the once I got to the station, I had to divert my ticket. I had to call home and ask for some money from my sister and my cousin. Of course, I didn't tell my mom. I was like, I ain't telling her what's going on. Like this thing. We didn't have that type of relationship where she was like, "Oh, come to me if you need this." So there was no open line of communication, especially a situation with this where it would have been like, you should have known better. That's what I knew I could have heard. But I called my cousin and I called my sister. They helped me rework my bus ticket because I could not go back to college. I knew I was going to be there alone, sulking in my dorm room. Well, I wasn't staying at the dorm. I was off campus in that apartment, sulking in my apartment, just broken. I made it back to Richmond, and that was the best decision ever because I was surrounded by people that I love. I remember my cousin's boyfriend at the time, he greeted me with a a heart lollipop. And then my cousin's mom, who of course that's my cousin too, she made me chicken fingers and fries. I'm like, yes, this is so good. Everybody was comforting me, like, Maria, we can't believe that happened to you. What were you thinking? They weren't they weren't scolding me. They were just letting me know you should have known better kind of thing, but they were comforting me. And that's what you need. When you go through a heartbreak or you're dating somebody and you face a circumstance that you didn't know, you need people around you who are going to make it better. That's what it was. They made that heartbreak better. I thank them. I thank my cousin. I thank my cousin's boyfriend. I thank my sister. I thank my older cousin, her mom, because they really looked out for me during that time. I, of course, still wanted to have some type of communication with that man. I never saw him again, but I did let him know how I felt. And do you know, it was months later, probably almost a year. I remember it was October. It was in October of that year. Something lifted off of me. I could physically feel the weight lift off my body, lift off my heart. I wrote a poem about it at the time. That was me releasing, relieving that heartbreak, that moment with him. All of those things I thought I was going to date him because this guy was a musician. He had auditioned to sing Carl Thomas. Like he was that top level. He was auditioning for record companies and all this. He was good. I don't even know if he ever became and did something with his music career. But he could sing. Like I'm telling you, he could sing like Carl Thomas. He could sing like Joe. He could sing like Chris Brown. He was that type. And handsome too. I dated who? But why he have the baby? That's what I want to know. Why was the baby there? Mm-mm-mm. The things we experience in our life, right? It teaches us lessons. There were two big lessons that I learned from that. Number one, don't be so eager to go somewhere with a man. Don't be so eager to date a man. And then number two, when you are going through heartbreak, depend on your friends and family. They're going to be the ones there for you. Even if it's one friend, two friends, a whole family, let them support you. Let them implore love into you because that's how you rebuild. That's how you become a new person. Because dates can be temporary. Whether you are dating this person for 2 months, you dating them for 2 weeks, it's temporary. I don't know that man no more. This is how many years later? 25 years later. I don't know him. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing because I've elevated. I've grown. I've moved past that. That's what your dates are about. They are lessons of growth. You can look back and laugh. That's what this show is all about. Look back and say, I did that. I overcame that. I healed from that. Look at me. I dated who? Because now I'm over there with a question mark. Dot, dot, dot. I'm like, oh, that was my story. I lost my virginity to him, but I don't regret it. I don't because I made the decision. He did not force me into it. Here recently, we watched the Nature Boy documentary, and a lot of the stuff that Nature Boy did, he was forcing these women into things. I made the choice. We make the choice as women, as men, of what to do. Own your choices. Take accountability. I'm taking accountability for what I did back then, my senior year at Virginia Tech. I'm not blaming anybody else. Oh, it was my mom's fault. It was my dad's fault. If they would have looked out for me, I would never would have. It doesn't matter. I wanted to do it. I was going to do it anyway. It's not even his fault. At the time, I blamed him. Oh, you took my virginity. You did this. You left me. I knew when he showed up with that baby that wasn't right. And I'm so glad, again, I'm so glad I canceled that check. Thank God for checks instead of Cash App. Okay, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Stay tuned for the next episode of I Dated Who. Don't you want to know?
He brought
Peace.
fruit snacks to